to kind of show you how you and your clients out. All right, it looks like it kicked me out of there. All right, so basically the objectives of this PowerPoint are going to be to kind of give you the steps in the mortgage process and the different individuals and the roles that they bring to the table. And then just give you some terms and go over credit scores, what we're looking at qualification wise, and define a few of the mortgage products that we commonly use in the business. If you guys got any questions throughout, you can stop me, just, shout out, or I don't know if there's a chat. There probably is, right, Austin? Chat they can type in.
Yes, there is a chat.
But yeah, I mean, this is pretty informal. So if you have any questions, just, just stop me and we'll kind of address them as they come up. All right. So the way it's going to work is basically, I mean, this kind of leaves out the step of the pre-approval, but your client's going to call you and they're going to want to look at houses and they're going to have no idea what they can afford. So then you have them give me a call. I'll run some numbers and then kind of tell you what they would be qualified for and what loan products. So that way, when you're putting in some offers, you kind of have a basis of what you can offer. So once they find the home, their offer gets accepted. I'm going to send them over an application. They're going to sign, and then basically their loan is going to go into processing. At that point, we're going to order an appraisal, and the processor is going to work with them to collect some trailing docs. General trailing documents are going to be bank statements, pay stubs, that kind of stuff. And then from there, the loan's going to go to the underwriter for a credit decision. They're going to tell you whether or not we're going to be able to do the loan. Upon their initial review, they're going to issue what's called the mortgage commitment. When you're writing an offer, you're going to notice that there's going to be a commitment due date. For you guys that did attend the initial training, you're going to want to put a hard date on there so no one misinterprets the date that you're expecting that loan approval by. Once you have that approval, you're going to work to get any additional trailing docs to get your clear to close. At that point, this says title company, but it's going to be attorney in New York is going to prepare the closing documents with our closing department, and they're going to have the borrowers come in, sign their docs, and give them their keys. So obviously you guys know what a real estate agent does. That's what you do every day. And I'm basically the financial side to help them with the financing in order to get their loan. The processor is going to be basically my secondhand assistants. They are going to work with my client to get any trailing docs, examples, bank statements, W-2s, pay stubs, all that good stuff. Underwriters making the credit decision, closers are sending the documents, and post-closing is something you guys won't really have to deal with. So just a few terms. Mortgage is basically a loan where real estate's the collateral. And this is just kind of some FYIs. All right, so the interest rate is going to be the percentage at which we collect interest on the loan that we're giving to the client. Pre-approval is kind of what we touched base on earlier in regards to me telling you and the client how much house they can afford. That the income is basically a calculation that analyzes their current debts like credit cards, automobiles, and their housing payment over their monthly income to determine whether or not they'd be qualified for the loan. The loan to value is how much money they are borrowing compared to the value of the home. And that's kind of where the appraisal would come in to confirm that, the value of what we're lending on as the collateral, the home, is sufficient for what we're lending. This is going to get into a few of the mortgage products. You have FHA, VA. HUD is basically who oversees the FHA and VA. Fannie Mae is going to be for your conventional loans. In regards to credit scores, the lowest credit score that we can currently lend on is 600. And I can only do 600 on government loans. For conventional loans, you're going to have a credit score of at least 620. But obviously, the higher your credit score, the better interest rate you are going to get. And then we're just going to touch base on a few products. So fixed rate means that their interest rate will be locked for the life of the loan, which is the majority of the loans that I see are going to be a fixed interest rate. And a variable interest rate is that the interest rate will fluctuate over predetermined time intervals. As I touched base on before, the fixed rate is usually the popular choice. That way the client knows that for the life of their loan, either 30, 15 years or anything in between, that their payment's not going to change unless their taxes go up or their insurance changes. Reverse mortgages are not really anything you're going to see. So FHA and VA loans are going to help buyers with a smaller down payment. FHA minimum down payment is going to be 3.5%, and VA loans actually have a 0% down payment option. This does say that FHA can go as low as 580. We're currently not going down to 580, mainly due to COVID. So the minimum for that is going to be 600. And FHA and VA are also going to be more appealing for clients with less money. They let you do up to 6% seller concessions, whereas a standard conventional loan is only going to let you do 3%. So conventional loans are going to be, the most in this market. Conventional are going to be the most sought after when you're making an offer. The rate's going to be dependent on the borrower's credit score. So the better credit, the better the interest rate. Less property restrictions when it comes to appraisals. FHA and VA are going to call peeling paint every time. They're going to call for handrails on steps. Conventional, you're going to be able to sneak those through without getting those repairs. That conforming limit has actually went up. You're going to be, I want to say it's 548,000 and some change. Conventional loans do require mortgage insurance. If you put less than 20% down, you can either have that monthly or they can pay that upfront. Jumbo loans are also a product that we will offer. So jumbo loan is going to be anything over that conforming limit. So anything over that 548. And it's not going to be a traditional like secondary market. It's not going to go to the government agencies, Fannie or Freddie. It's going to go to private investors such as your, like Penny Mac or something like that. They're going to have unique guidelines for each jumbo product, but when you have a client that's looking in that jumbo market, we can look at each product specifically. We have over 20 jumbo options. Refinances is not really going to apply to you guys unless you have a client or you personally want to do this. So, either lower your interest rate or pull cash out in terms of equity. I do have a lot of clients who will possibly refinance either their primary or one of their investment properties to pull cash out to buy another property. And this is just kind of going over some reasons that people do refinance. And then I got some additional slides in regards to what we're offering. So that's just for conventional, the loan limits, and like that's from 2020. So it went up for 2021 and it's about 548,000. I want to say $225, but the exact amount I can let you know if you're interested. And then this is in regards to clients with less than stellar credit. So you'll see on the chart that FHA and VA are going to be a lot more forgiving for your clients with less than perfect credit. For example, if they had a foreclosure, FHA is only going to wait 3 years and then you'll be able to write an FHA mortgage. Fannie Mae, which is going to be your conventional mortgage, you're sitting at 7 years before they can have a conventional loan after a foreclosure. And VA is even shorter at 2 years. The other thing that is pretty common that you'll see is bankruptcies. So FHA and VA for Chapter 7 is only 2 years, where conventional is going to be 4 years. So just something to keep in mind if, I give you a pre-approval FHA and you're like, I would prefer if this person could go conventional, do this market, but they just had a foreclosure, 3 years ago, then we'd have to go that route. And then this is kind of just a breakdown of the programs. So conventional loans, the minimum down payment is going to be 3%. It doesn't always work 3%. You're generally going to see 5% down on the conventional loans. FHA is going to be 3.5%, like we talked about. VA is going to be 0 down payment, and USDA can do 0 down payment as well. The only other program that is not listed on here is Sunny Mae, which is a New York, basically specific program that targets first-time home buyers. That's also going to be a 3.5%, 3% down payment, and they do have a down payment assistance loan, which helps the borrowers with the closing costs. It's kind of a niche product. Your ideal client is going to be kind of right out of college, with ideally perfect credit, to go with the Sunny Mae route. The other thing that I want to touch base on is in regards to the renovation loan. So FHA has the 203K, which will allow you to finance the rehab into the mortgage amount. So that was kind of what I wanted to touch base on. Did you guys have any questions? Did I go too fast? What do you guys got?
Anyone have any questions?
No, I'm good.
Can you guys hear me okay?
What was that?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. When it comes to the 203K, is that something that qualifies as a percentage of the value of the property, or how do they figure out how much a person can wrap into a loan for something like that?
Yeah, so what they're gonna do is they're gonna go at the after improved value. You can go up to, I believe, 115% of the after improved value. So
Oh, okay.
So let's say you're doing something like a roof, right? That's not going to add any value. So that's kind of where they give you that buffer for that extra 15%. But if you're, completely redoing the kitchen, that's going to add some value. So when the appraiser goes out there, they're going to get the plans and specs from the contractor, and they're going to include the after improved value for their appraisal. You know what I mean?
Sure. Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense.
And I believe, Daryl, you're out in Batavia, correct?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So Austin was inquiring about the manufactured homes for you guys. So we do those as well, if you have any of those.
Beautiful. Yeah. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. Is that a different loan standards or different companies for that, or?
It's got a little stricter requirements.
Okay.
We do conventional and FHA for those. But there's just some overlays. Like I think you got to put at least 5% down. And I looked up the year yesterday for Austin. I want to say it was like they had to be made after 1985. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off the top.
Sure.
But I can check on them for you. We can do double wides. We can't do anything. You see mostly free manufactured homes, double wides anyway.
There's a healthy blend of both, honestly.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so if you have any you're looking to make an offer on, just send them over. I can, research a little bit and let you know kind of how it's going.
Yeah. That's good to know. I'm glad you said that.
And I have seen a few more FHAs go in Batavia than actually out in Buffalo. So.
Oh. Huh. How long have you been in the lending business, or in that capacity?
So I actually started as a processor. I got licensed about 2 years ago. So all in, I've been in the mortgage industry about 7 years, sales 2 years of it. Before that, I was doing processing, so the back end, the paper, which I think actually helped me because I know a loan from start to finish now. So
right.
When I talk to my clients up front, I'm able to get pretty much everything I need to kind of streamline it for everybody.
Beautiful. Has it been with the same company the whole time, or?
No, so we actually started this branch about 2 years ago. Prior to that, I was at a different company. I've actually been This is guys, it would be my third mortgage company that I worked for.
Okay. Gotcha.
Definitely plan on sticking it out here for now.
Gotcha.
Perfect. And then Daryl, you might run into Daryl and Emily, both of you may run into like USDA type loans out towards your way.
Mm-hmm.
So Dave, are you seeing like a lot of those out that way, or?
I mean, when you get in the more rural areas, you will see them. And when I had that brain fart earlier, I know exactly what I wanted to touch on. It was in regards to the Sunny Mae and the USDA, is that they do have income limits. So the client can make too much for the program. So that's just something to keep in mind. But obviously that's
Okay.
my end. But just something to keep in mind if you do have those clients.
Okay.
Hey, perfect. And everyone, Daryl's a new member on our team. He's going to be getting started soon.
Yes, sir.
Daryl,
I'm looking
if you want
forward
to
to it.
maybe give a brief introduction and tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Grew up in Western New York, 40, coming up on 43 years old, married, 4 kids, I think. Yeah. Kind of a blended family, but been interested in real estate for a long time. I've owned some property, got out of the business, had some foreclosures, been through bankruptcy. So I understand a lot about what the hardship side of owning property, and just looking forward to being able to help some people that kind of feel like they're overlooked. So.
Excellent, perfect. So for June 1st through July 31st, we're going to be doing a contest. So what this contest is going to be is that whoever has the most pre-approvals or pre-qualifications from that period, they're going to win a $25 gift card at the end of the contest. Yep, and we're going to make this a regular thing. So once that July goes, once July 31st ends, we're going to do another contest, August, September. But for right now, the contest for June 1st through July 31st is whoever has the most pre-qualifications or pre-approvals. And so how the system is going to work is that if you get one pre-qualification or pre-approval from anyone, like another vendor, it's going to be 1 point. If you get one through Dave, then you get 2 points.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Yes. Yep. And then the $25 gift card at the end of it, it'll be your choice on what you want the $25 gift card to be for, or what we can do is we can do $25 cash. So you have your choice.
Okay. All right.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Yes. Oh yeah, and another thing, I want to do it. Yep, and then Dave has his contact information down in the chat.
Okay.
All right.
And then if you ever need his email, I can give that to you, or Dave can put it down in the chat also. And then one more thing we're going to touch on is I want everyone on the team to give me what are your top 3 goals that you want to accomplish next month, starting in June. I guess we could start with you, Daryl.
I want to get my license all switched over and rocking and rolling. I want to have at least 3 properties listed somewhere around here, and I want to have it get out to 5, do like mailers to like 5 places around here at least.
What was the last one?
to get the mailers out to the apartment complexes around here.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna be holding you accountable for that for
Okay.
June.
Okay.
Yes. And did you ever speak with Matt? Did Matt ever get back to you?
No, I never did. No.
Okay.
He called and then I called him back and then he called and I called him back. And we're
Yeah,
just playing phone tag. Yeah.
yeah, I know this week is the shareholder summit, so
Oh,
he's
okay.
like in and out of things.
Mhm.
But yeah, hopefully you guys will
Okay.
connect soon. Once you
Oh,
do,
sure.
then what he'll do is he'll get everything started with the license switch with the state.
Okay.
All right, perfect. Who wants to go next?
I can go next. So my first goal is to have my website up and running. My second goal is to have at least 30 to 40 leads and contacts in my KV core and just in general, and then 2 sales for June.
So how sales work are you mean you talking rentals or buyer sales? Oh, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
2 buyer sales.
Okay. So so what you want to do is put 2 buyers under contract.
Okay.
Yeah, because closings in New York State usually won't run between 45 days and 60 days.
Got you.
And do you want to set up a Zoom call for these for me to go over the sign-in with you? For like the
Yeah.
forms and everything, you want to set something up separately for that?
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
Okay, you want to text me a time and a day that works for you, and then we can set that up.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Emily,
Hi.
hey,
So my 3 goals were that I wanted to be like more organized because sometimes I think I feel very overwhelmed with the whole EXP system and like there's a different website or app or whatever for everything. So I feel like I just want to like feel confident by the end of the month that like anything that I needed to like find or like and like the forms and everything because I don't want to be like fumbling around looking for the things that I need.
yes.
So that was my first one. By the end of the month, to feel completely like comfortable with like the whole EXP system.
Okay.
So that was number 1. And then number 2, I feel like my goals are not as high as the other 2. I wanted to do an open house. That was
Open
one of my
house?
goals. Yeah. And then my other goal, I just said I wanted to get at least one like contract done, whether it's listing or buying. I just want to get a contract out and done.
Perfect.
Those are my 3 goals.
Okay, excellent. So when you say more organized, you just want to be more familiar with everything?
Yeah, like sometimes I'm like, okay, there's Sky Slope, and then there's all this stuff for the BNAR website and all those things. And I feel like if you quizzed me right now, I would fail on like where. Like I think I know a lot of the things on like the real like the BNAR website.
Yes.
But I just feel like there's so many different like apps and stuff that you can go to for different things. And I feel like by the end of the month, I just want to know where I'm going without having to be like, nope, that's not it. Because I've definitely gone on and been like, wait a second. No, this isn't Lone Wolf or this isn't that one, you know?
Okay. Do you want to set up a Zoom call for this week to, go over that a little bit more?
Yeah, that would be great.
Okay, perfect. Yep, you can just text me the day and time that works for you, and then we can get started with that.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, perfect. Dave, you got anything that you want to say?
I'd say a goal for me, I would love to do a for everyone on the team, just so you guys can see how I work, and kind of go from there.
Perfect. Yep, and if you need anything, like if you get a lead or something and you're not sure how much house they can afford, or if you're not sure if they're approved or pre-qualified, another thing that Dave can do is if someone is already pre-approved or pre-qualified, Dave can take a second look at it and see if they're getting the best option.
And then one other thing I wanted to mention is, if either Austin can share your guys' contact, or if you guys want to send it over, I do have a mortgage app, which you guys can share with clients and use yourself, which will help you kind of run payments for yourself or your client. And, one really nice thing about it is it gives me a notification every time somebody taps it. So let's say we had a client and, we hadn't heard from them in a couple months, and then I see them tap on my app. I can shoot you a text and tell you, reach back out that, they might be interested in looking again because I got a notification they were on my app.
Perfect. And then another thing that Dave can set you guys up with is list reports if you want him to.
You've been having some success with it, Austin?
I haven't been using it as much, but I do plan to because I do like the things that they give about the neighborhood and they give specific like breakdown of things in the area, like where to eat out, different things like that, where parks are.
Yeah, so if you guys reach out, I can have our marketing girl set you up on the list report. Feel free to send me your contact and I'll have her send it over.
Perfect. All right. Do anyone have anything they would like to say or any questions for Dave?
No, I think I'm all good.
Okay, perfect. Okay. Everyone's all set. Daryl, you're all set.
Yes, yep.
Okay. How about Emily? Are you
Yep.
all set?
Yeah, I think so. I'll text you
Okay.
for that meeting to get going.
Yeah, I'll text
Okay,
you too,
perfect.
Austin.
All right. Excellent. Perfect. And then if any of you want the slides for this, you can always reach out to Dave and he can email it over.
Oh, great.
Yeah, absolutely not a problem at all.
Okay.
All right, perfect. So we'll end the call here. And everyone have a blessed day.
All right, guys, take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.